Hello, Gary Crowley here with Upper Back Pain Relief, Step 1. And what we're going to do in Step 1 is three basic things. We're going to release your upper back, the uppermost part of your back. Now, some people will call this their shoulder, some people will call it their neck, some people will call it their upper back. That's why I'm just going to cover it in this section. So we're going to do that. We're going to do your upper inner back, so between your shoulder blade and your spine, and we're going to do your upper outer back, basically the muscle that sits on top of your shoulder blade called your infraspinatus. So your upper back, we'll call it, basically there's all these muscles here that when they get tight, sometimes they grab a rib and kind of torque it, and it can be uncomfortable, or they're just tight and yanking on those vertebrae and the nerves that come out of those vertebrae right out of your spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the press hold move technique, where you just press your fingers, you find some tender tissue, and tender tissue means tissue that's too tight. So you press on it and you hold and you make it move. And basically this movement is great for your upper back. Basically press on any tender spots and make them move. You can go up and down a little bit. Change it up a little bit, but that's kind of the primary one, that anyone who sits at a desk too much or a computer too much or drives too much, this just feels good, and it's a good thing to do probably at the end of the day anyway. So that is your upper back. Let those big muscles up there let go that work too hard during the day. And then we're going to do your upper middle back and your upper outer back. And to do that, I'm going to use a tennis ball. And so I'm going to lay down here in a minute and rearrange things. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got a tennis ball. And now we're going to do your upper middle back and your upper outer back. And basically you're just going to take this tennis ball, stick it under the space between your spine and your shoulder blades. And we're basically after two muscle groups, your rhomboid and your trapezius muscles. And if you just lay back and find a nice tender spot, and then lift your butt up if you need to get some more pressure on there. And we're just going to do the press hold move technique. The tennis ball press, doing the press hold move. And do that, move that arm, reach. You can even take some deep breaths. You get in here. If you have a rib out, where you have a little spot of pain in your back every time you take a breath, get in here. Take some deep breaths, make those ribs move. Here's a good spot. And that'll help those ribs sit back where they want to go and those muscles release. So, and then we're going to do our upper outer back, where you're just going to scoot over, get this under your shoulder blade, and find a nice tender spot. Move that arm in a way that makes that muscle move under the pressure of the tennis ball. Whatever makes that happen is good. And there's like, you can scoot around a bit. There's a lot of space here. You can find like there's a whole new spot for me. And that's a good one. So basically that whole shoulder blade from where it is closest to your spine all the way out to where it meets your arm, there's a really nice spot right at the very corner where it starts connecting with your arm bone that you can get a lot of mileage from. So that is step 1. And as always with any of this back stuff, you can feel free, if you're more comfortable putting a tennis ball in a socket and leaning against the wall and doing it, you can do that. But I do think it's most of the time a lot more effective to lie on the floor, because you can get a lot more pressure, and you just scoot around, and as long as you don't mind squirming around on the floor, I think laying on the ball is probably a little bit more effective. So that is step 1. I will see you at step 2. Thank you.